Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 9th of September 2020. Apologies if you can hear my PS4, it's doing that overheat thing and it's very loud. So this is the series where we go over the Shrine of Secrets in Dead by Daylight. There are 2 killer perks and 2 survivor perks. They are teachables, and I will go over each one, give my thoughts on them, which characters they work well with. If it's a killer perk, then what killer's power does it work well with. And at the end, I'll give my thoughts on if you should buy any with your shards, because sometimes I'll just say, you know, this is really good, but you can just use blood points for that, you know what I mean? So, yesterday, as I'm recording this, well, first of all, yeah, I'm actually able to record this on time, because I said I'm back at school now, which I am. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to have more free time than I thought, so I will be able to quickly get these out. And also, as I'm recording this, yesterday the Descend Beyond chapter came out, and I think I am going to get it. As you can see, I've got a bunch of blood points saved up. I'm going to level up Blight first and give us Para test, and then maybe later this week I will try and make a video on it, but no guarantees and no concrete dates. So, yeah. This shrine is pretty interesting. We have a lot of variety on this one, which is I always like, not just the same perks. And I can't talk, so we're going to get on with it. First of all, we have Bamboozle, which is a clown perk. Now, this one is a sort of interesting one. Your vault speed is 5% faster. Now, at tier 2, that is 10% faster, and then tier 3 is 15%. Performing a vault action calls upon the entity to block that vault location for 8 seconds. Now, also at tier 2, that is 12 seconds, and at tier 3, that is 16. So, you vault faster in general, and also once you vault a window, it blocks that window. You know, when the survivor keeps jumping over it and eventually just blocks it automatically, well, this one will just do it the second you vault. But it only remains blocked for the survivor. You can still vault that. Also, this doesn't affect pallets, so keep that in mind. Yeah, not much to say about this one. This one is really good on Bubba because his power can be easily countered by windows, and obviously he doesn't have much power in that area, so pardon me. So being able to cut windows off like that is really good because it forces them in somewhere, and you can quickly down them. Also, on most killers, this is good. I don't think there's killers who have a slower vault speed, but basically it's just good to use in general. It's also used in meme builds kind of a bit, but other than that, I don't really see it used too much. But it's not bad. Like, I won't say this is like really bad, because I actually use Bamboozle quite a lot. Also, things like Pig, I would say, and also maybe Ghostface, especially Pig, I use on most of the time. It's not. People say it's like bad or right. It's not like obviously amazing, but it's still good. So you vault faster, and also it blocks that window automatically, and it's also a clown perk. Next we have Flip Flop, which is a Ash perk. I don't even remember the last time an Ash perk was on the shrine, because I'm pretty sure my first shrine review, I think Metal of Man was on, but I can't remember. I will look into that. But yeah, Ash has interesting perks, and this one is sort of strange. So, while in the dying state, 50% of your recovery progression is converted into wiggle progression, where you're picked up by the killer, up to a maximum of 40% total wiggle progression. Now at tier 2 that goes up to 45%, and at tier 3 that goes up to 50%. So basically, you're dying and you're slugged, so if you are able to recover fully, that also means that by the time you get picked up, half of your wiggle bar is already full. Does that make sense? This one is like most slugged perks. It's kind of just situational, because you can use this and it literally will not get any use, and then you've got a waste of a perk slot. But it's not too bad at what it does. You can obviously combine this with Tenacity, Unbreakable, Soul Guard, I guess. Basically just to keep it from getting, you know, downed or picked up. But it's like, basically, even if you are picked up, you will at least have a head start. So if someone has Breakout, or people are just taking hits, or Salvo Squad or anything like that, you'll be fine. So this one is good, but again, it's situational. It's like Tenacity and Unbreakable and stuff. It's very like, you know, you have to be slugged. Also, the killer will be able to tell if you have this, mainly because, well, you know, by the time they pick you up and you know it's only been a few seconds, you're already out. It doesn't take a few seconds, but like, you know, again, it means half of your tier 3 means half of your wiggle bar will get filled up by the time you're picked up. So that's kind of powerful, but again, you have to be careful because it doesn't always get use, and it might be a waste of a slot where he could have another perk. Pardon me. Next we have Mad Grit, which is a Legion perk, and I like this one. I feel like people like this one for memes and in builds, like basement builds and everything, but even just as a perk, this one's fun and pretty good at what it does. Actually, very good at what it does. So, while carrying Survivor, you suffer no cooldown for missed swings. So basically, when you when you pick someone up, you swing and it's very slow and it's very heavy, and even if you hit them or don't hit them, it still takes forever to like fully recover that. This basically makes it non-existent. So you can literally just keep swinging and don't lose any speed or any time. And if you are able to hit someone while doing that, it will pause the carried survivor's wiggle time for 2 seconds. Now at tier 3, no, at tier 2, that's 3 seconds, and at tier 3, that's 4 seconds. That's confusing. Yeah, I really like this one. This one's good for meme builds and also, again, basement builds, Agitation, Iron Grasp, Mad Grit, whatever. But even just as a perk in general, I use this quite a lot just for, again, the memes. Also, it is really good at what it does because you can literally down people and like basically start chases, perform full chases while someone is on your shoulder. And again, tier 3 is best because 4 seconds of no wiggle is great, and it means you can just keep downing and putting pressure on the survivors while still transporting bodies. And again, especially combined with Agitation, which has it so you move faster. So I think Agitation was on last week, was it, or the week before? Yeah, and also again Iron Grasp, because that means it takes even longer for them to get out. So basically they will have no chance unless they're using Flip Flop, which is ironic. I don't know if they did that intentionally or not. Really good. I still think Discordance is my favourite Legion perk, but this one is still really good, even just for memes or using it seriously. It's very good and it's always efficient at what it does. Finally, we have Technician, which is a Feng perk, and again, I don't think I've had any Feng's perks on for a good while. This one is not great, but like, yeah, okay. So, the noises caused by your repairs and their hearing distance get reduced by 8 meters. So when you're repairing a gen, you can hear specifically if someone's working on it because it makes certain noises, which I think got updated with this update actually, but I'm not sure. And on a failed repair skill check, there is a 30% chance that the generator explosion will be prevented. At tier 2, that's 40%, and at tier 3, that's 50%. So it's literally 50-50 that when you miss that skill check and that explosion happens and you lose progress and it tells the killer where you are, there's a 50% chance that that won't happen. Basically what will happen is that the gen will just kind of shake a little bit, and you won't lose any progress, you won't tell the killer where you are. Yeah, so it's not great. The repairing thing is fine, but again, if you're hidden, I guess it could work well, but I don't know. And again, 8 meters isn't that bad, but it's mainly the repair explosion, and it's not bad. Again, having that is helpful, having it prevented, but at the same time, for killers on a chase or on the way to hook someone or something, they're not going to come to you. Also, if the gen is nearly done, it doesn't really matter anyway, because you can just commit. But yeah, no, I like Feng's perks though, because I feel like Feng's are good for beginners as well, because she has an exhaustion perk, she has an aura perk, she has this gen perk, so it's not terrible, but it's not like amazing. So I wouldn't really recommend using this unless you're just like trying to learn Survivor or something, or if you're doing a gen rush build, I guess, with like Prove Thyself and Aftercare or something. I don't know, but I don't know, it's not bad. So now I'm going to go over the perks for which ones you should buy with shards. For killer, I'm actually going to say Mad Grit. Bamboozle is good on a lot of killers. Being able to block windows like that is really efficient, and also the extra vaulting is just a good, just efficiency. But I feel like Mad Grit gets more use and is just really reliable, like 100% of the time. Not saying that Bamboozle isn't, but I just use Mad Grit a lot in general builds, not even just for memes, just for like actually playing seriously. It's really good. Because, basically it kind of guarantees that, they're not getting off. 4 seconds of pause wiggle time and that no cooldown means you can absolutely just... Anyone who's trying to take hits or sabo or breakout will be going down. Really good, really efficient, and it's very... This can change games because this can put a lot of pressure on, because you are able to down people with this, since you can basically chase after them. And then for Survivor, I'm going to say Flip-Flop, just because Technician, it's not great. Also, it's with Feng, so on consoles you can just put blood points for that. But Technician really isn't reliable. I literally have never used this perk, I don't think, except for Adept. But, pardon me, sorry about that. I would say Flip-Flop is better, but again, you still have to keep in mind that it is a situational perk. It doesn't always get use, so basically you have 3 perks for that game, but you can combine this with Unbreakable, Tenacity, things like that. And again, it is good at what it does, but yeah, also Ash is a DLC character, so you might as well just get it. But yeah, so guys, that's going to do it for the Shrine review. I will try and have a video up this week about the new chapter and everything, but don't be surprised if there isn't, because I am getting more and more busy, so yeah. But guys, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.